if you have kids on Roblox, today's story matters. If you haven't heard what's been happening lately, you really need to know. So, an online content creator named Schlepp, he recently posted a video talking about how he was banned from Roblox, but not because he was doing anything wrong, but because he was exposing other people on the site who were doing things that were wrong. And now it's kind of exploded. We've got Chris Hansen, yes, that Chris Hansen, who is now getting involved. We've got states that are suing, and parents are upset as they should be. So, we're going to walk through all of the things that Schlepp exposed, what Roblox is saying in response, and what Chris Hansen is planning to hopefully clear all of this up. And also talk about what moms and dads should be doing if their kids are using Roblox. But before we get too much further, I'm Outspoken Samantha, and I would appreciate it if you would hit the like button on this video, subscribe to my channel. Both of those things are truly, truly appreciated. So I don't think that there is anybody on planet Earth that does not know what Roblox is. I have kids, and yes, admittedly, come at me in the comments if you want to, but they do use Roblox. And yes, all of the parental controls are on, but I am starting to wonder, is that enough? Now, just for context, Roblox has over 70 to 80 plus million daily active users, and most of them are kids under the age of 18. So, obviously, when safety gets called into question, this is not a small problem. This is something that is going to matter to everyone. And unfortunately, what has happened just in the last week should raise alarms for anybody with kids who does use Roblox, even if you think that you are doing everything right. So, in the past week, we've seen a ban and a cease and desist sent to this creator named Schlepp, as I already mentioned, a state lawsuit accusing Roblox of enabling exploitation, a petition calling for the CEO to step down, and Chris Hansen announcing an investigation and a documentary style project. So, it's been a lot. So let's look at a little bit of what has been going down. This is from the Washington Post. It says, as kids head back to school and lawmakers return to Washington in September, children's online safety will be back on tech policy's front burner. Politicians and advocates are reviving their push for new laws to protect kids online amid a string of child sexual exploitation lawsuits against Roblox and reports that Meta allowed its AI chatbots to hold sensual conversations with young people. But the courts could constrain policymakers' options. The suit, filed Thursday, joins several others alleging Roblox didn't do enough to stop kids being sexually exploited or groomed on the popular gaming platform. With more than 100 million active users, many of them under 18, Roblox is among the most popular destination for kids online. It lets people build and share their own games and socialize while playing them. For years, the company has faced criticism that its platform enables adult predators to connect privately with minors. A 2024 Bloomberg investigation into the site's alleged schmedophile problem helped to spark a fury of lawsuits against the company. Obviously, this is not their first rodeo, and you would think that things would have gotten better, not worse. But according to this content creator, Schlepp, things have definitely not gotten better. So, who is Schlepp? Well, he is the latest creator to blow the whistle on the dangerous activities happening in the darkest corners of what is supposed to be a platform geared toward children. Schlepp is a YouTuber who says that he has been running live Schmeditor stings inside Roblox, logging chats, confronting suspects on stream, and he says relaying evidence to the proper authorities. He claims at least 6 arrests followed his work. After going viral, Roblox terminated his account and sent a cease and desist saying he violated rules and created the risk.
A legal complaint from Roblox. I'm not even joking. They have sent a cease and desist letter to me, and they've gone ahead and banned every account I own. And you might be wondering, what heinous crime did you commit to possibly deserve that? Well, what I did was get predators arrested on their platform. Actually, 6 of them. I got 6 predators arrested within the Roblox community. Some of them, the crimes are so heinous, I can't even say here on TikTok or wherever this is going. And the thing that's crazy about it is that Roblox has taken a more firm action against me, a person getting these people arrested, a person that law enforcement has made public statements saying that they are glad when people like me go ahead and give them information so that they can arrest these people. Roblox has sent me the cease and desist letter, not these predators. That is absolutely insane. And the other thing that's crazy about this is Roblox itself. It is a predator haven. There are games on Roblox like XYZ Public Bathroom Simulator. That's about 7 million visits, and the whole premise of the game is showering together with kids. That is a whole game. If you join it, you're going to see predators, you're going to see naked avatars, you're going to see people peeing and all this sort of weird stuff. If I was a parent and I saw that, I would be outraged. I would be totally outraged. And parents aren't aware of this. And it's so sad. I get emails from kids daily about all the horrible stuff that they're exposed to. I get emails from parents talking about what their kids were exposed to. And there are so many predators on this platform. It is actually unreal. So it's quite crazy to see Roblox go after me, a person trying to get predators arrested off of their platform, than the predators. Why? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Now, apparently, people that are familiar with Schlepp's content say that he's revealed patterns, private hangout servers where kids could be isolated, suggestive role play spaces, and grooming that moves from in game chat to DMs and other third party apps outside of Roblox, which is a huge problem. Now, of course, Roblox has taken their opportunity to respond. And interestingly, they're not saying that they are going to crack down on Schmedditors. In fact, they think that they're doing enough already. But their response has been by criticizing the work that people like Schlepp do, calling it unsafe and claiming that these vigilante stings actually increase the risks on their site by amplifying bad actors and interfering with their proper reporting to trust and safety and law enforcement. So this is something that is part of their statement as what they are doing to protect kids and kind of discourage the activity that people like Schlepp are doing. It says we are sharing more information about why it was necessary to remove vigilantes from Roblox and the ways in which we review and act on reports of abuse on Roblox. While seemingly well intentioned, the vigilantes we banned have taken actions that are both unacceptable and create an unsafe environment for users. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonated minors, actively approached other users, then tried to lead them to other platforms to have explicit conversations, which is against our terms of use. Accurate, timely reporting for our community is important. Reporting through the appropriate channels, including our custom designed reporting tools, immediately and with as much specific information as possible, is the best way to help us remove bad actors from Roblox. These reporting tools are designed to capture key metadata and details that cannot be captured from an email or screenshot and enable faster, more effective reviews and more thorough reporting to law enforcement when warranted. They've also pointed to new supposed safeguards like age estimation, stricter gates on mature audiences, and tech to auto detect rooms with inappropriate drawings or sexual content, plus tighter restrictions on bedrooms/bathrooms, bars, club-like spaces, and unrated experiences. And I appreciate that they're doing all that, but if what Schlepp is saying is true and a non-professionally trained kid, young adult can basically find these people as easily as he has, I'm having a hard time believing that those restrictions and those safeguards are as effective as the CEO is trying to say that they are. This is David, I think it's Bazuki, who is the CEO of Roblox, promising that they really are trying to make things safe for kids on Roblox.
Out today is our vision for age-based communication. Age-based communication, especially for teens 13 through 17, which is a vulnerable time, involves a couple things. First, trusted connections, so identifying friends and people that you know and trust. And second, using age estimation to enable trusted connections to actually allow those teens to speak a little more freely on our platform, even though we do scan the text for critical harms. And this is super important because business notwithstanding, engagement notwithstanding, we're trying to keep people on our platform so they don't jump to other platforms where they may share images or where they may communicate without text monitoring.
You know, I really want to believe this guy, but it kind of goes against the message when there are headlines reading that he wants to turn Roblox into a dating hub. It says Roblox CEO horrifies every parent alive with his ambition that the platform become a dating hub, even if he promises age verification, a virtual date to start, and then if they connect, move to the physical world. And it looks like parents like myself are not the only ones who are not convinced that this man is being like less than sincere about trying to keep online schmedditors off of this site. Louisiana's Attorney General sued Roblox, alleging the platform let schmedditors, quote, thrive, unite, hunt, and victimize kids. And while Roblox is denying all of these claims and saying that they're doing all of these things and they promise that our kids are going to be safe, there is an active petition calling for the CEO to step down, and the petition has surpassed 100,000 signatures. So this is where Chris Hansen is stepping in. Now, for those of you who are not aware, Chris Hansen is the longtime host of the show To Catch a Predator, and he has confirmed that he is investigating exploitation on Roblox and is working on a project described as documentary style that would spotlight the platform's failures. And he'll even be featuring Schlepp and letting him discuss the work that he's done behind the scenes.
You may have heard that my streaming crime network, True Blue, and I are investigating the exploitation of children on the popular gaming platform Roblox. Well, it's absolutely true, and we're deep into it. I've already interviewed law enforcement investigators and victims of this horrible activity. And we have some collaborators, some people who've been working in this space, including Schlepp, who have committed to help us in this endeavor. Will Roblox actually say anything about it? Will it make any changes? We're going to do our best to hold them accountable.
So it goes without saying that reactions to what is happening here have been mixed, but it really just seems to depend on what your stake in the platform is. Are you a parent of kids that want to continue playing on this, or are you a CEO trying to protect your business and basically cover your butt? So parents and creators, they're calling Schlepp a whistleblower, and they are so grateful that he is doing the work that he is doing. And it seems like law enforcement is on his side as well. Whereas we have Roblox saying that he's the real problem, which I don't think is going to be a good move for them. And then there are policymakers who are obviously trying to step in and make sure that things are going through the proper channels. They're debating about how to best protect minors without infringing on the First Amendment. Now, I would argue, as somebody who is 100% pro-Constitution and free speech, I would argue that protecting kids online is not really a free speech issue. It's not a free speech issue to put safety ratings on movies, or not to allow kids into bars, or to get tattoos, or to allow schmedditors to access them online. These are all things that are our responsibility and not something that falls under the First Amendment. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think about that. But in case you are not aware of the parental controls on Roblox, that is definitely something that you need to do some research on and make sure that they are active. Make sure that your kids cannot interact with people that they are not friends with or people that you have not approved. You need to make sure that their chats are locked down, or that you are able to monitor them safely, and make sure that they can't shift from Roblox to another app, because that's something obviously that schmedditors like to do. Some of their favorites are things like Discord, Instagram, and Snap. So that is a no-go. And something that I like to do with my kids is I actually jump in and play some of their games with them. And I'm not trying to be a creeper on there, but I can see what game they're playing. I can also click on the chat and see what people are talking about, which is something that I do pretty frequently. So if it is something that you are going to continue to allow your kids on Roblox, these are things you need to be aware of. And you also need to be aware of how to turn on all of the safety measures, especially when somebody like the CEO is saying that he's interested in safety, yet his actions seem to prove otherwise. But I am interested to see what is exposed in the documentary. I also was reading about how you need to teach your kids about the 3 tells: secrecy, age masking, and platform jump. Secrecy is going to be things like, don't tell your parents. Age masking is like, I'm 12 years old, I promise. And platform jump is when anybody says, let's move to this app. Those are all giant red flags that obviously your kids need to be aware of. And obviously, don't hesitate to report your suspicions or concerns on any level. In my opinion, it is far better to be safe than sorry. Personal opinion, if you didn't catch it already, is that if your platform specifically profits from being used by kids, safety has to be the leading determining factor, not PR and not profit. And I understand, yes, you have to make revenue from your business and from your platform, but the revenue is going to come if the parents know that they can trust it. You're going to go bankrupt if all of the parents suddenly decide that we have to pull our kids off of it because we can tell that you're not taking us seriously and you're not taking their safety seriously. And I do appreciate that Schlepp exposed some of the rot on Roblox, but unfortunately for the CEO, the lawsuits and Chris Hansen's documentary, those are coming either way. But I would love to hear all of your guys' thoughts on this in the comments below. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you have come across anything weird on Roblox. I want to hear about it, and other parents always appreciate the information. Other than that, keep it real, guys, and I will see you in the next one.